Do-do-do. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. It is time for bonnets and bottles. Quick change, okay? I got my bonnet. She's so cute. I think this one is called Tropical Thingy. Let me double check the name of this one. I might be mixing up the name. But we have some gorgeous bonnets. While we are live, you guys will be able to get 20% off the entire site with the code BB20. Our special bonnets and bottles code. And we are doing this series to celebrate our incredible bonnets, our fabulous satin pillowcases, but also to just kind of have some fun. So if you guys have any questions, you can always pop them in the chat. And we were going to be reading some different, I'm making sure that the code is live for y'all, and then we're going to be reading some different Am I the Asshole stories from Reddit. We'll be judging. And then, yeah, we'll just be having a fun. We'll just be kicking back. And this is just another super cute bonnet. All of our bonnets have satin lining on the inside, keep your hair nice and moisturized, and protect you from the elements. Don't we love it? Let me go ahead and make sure that is on, because it's only for our bonnets and bottles live. Today's the 3rd. Sheesh, time is flying by. And we'll be here until 8:30. So this deal will go until 8:30 p.m. Use the code BB20. Let me go ahead and date that on. Thank you so much for the heart me, baby. I appreciate you. Awesome. That is updated. All right, let's get into it. So I didn't get a chance to do a full check through. So I think what I'll do is, I like to do the controversial ones. I'm feeling a little controversial. Okay. Oh, this one's interesting. Ooh, there's a lot of interesting ones. Oh, there's so many interesting ones. Ooh, okay, y'all. We got a lot to get through. Also, the British people have the most hilarious ones. Welcome in. Thank you, Boo. Hi, Patty Boo. How you doing? Oh, let me also give you guys the name of my bonnet, because I definitely forgot the name of this one. Because I feel like I'm mixing it up with the name of another one. So, I definitely forgot the name of this one. We're about to get started, though. Let me go ahead and get this one in. This one I think is available. This one is one that's on TikTok, I think. Let me check. Hi, welcome in. Okay, let me... go ahead, let me check this real quick and get the name for you guys, and then we can get started. Yes, this is definitely, yeah. There we go. This is the Tumami bonnet. The Tumami bonnet, super cute. And now we're going to go ahead and get into these Am I the Asshole stories. Thank you so much for everyone for joining. And so I'm going to go ahead and read the story. I'm going to share my opinion, and then I want you guys to share yours in the comments. And that's on all of our platforms. So on IG, share your opinion. On YouTube, share your opinion. On Facebook, share your opinion. And on TikTok, share your opinion, you guys. So we're here. It is on TikTok. Yeah, I was like, I feel like this one is on TikTok. Okay. This is the beautiful Tumami. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Nothing to it but to do it. Me and you gonna get into it. So this one said, This one, I think this one's going to be interesting. It says, am I the asshole for not understanding my husband's problem with social drinking? Okay. I also feel like understanding other people's problems. FYT, you had me buying makeup at Sephora today. Does that mean I'm an influencer? Am I influencer, Kyra? Okay. I am a 25-year-old female, and he is a 28-year-old male. And we've been married for almost 4 months. Okay. To clarify, as far as I'm aware, there is no alcoholism in his family, and there is some in mine. Okay. He has expressed to me before that his family does not drink. My family does. My dad had a glass of wine with dinner. My brother brews his own beer, and my other brother is practically a sommelier. My uncle is has a moonshine still, and alcohol is at every family gathering. It is something that I am very comfortable with, but he is obviously not. Okay. He has asked me not to drink around his family, and I have agreed to that. But we never discuss social drinking around our friends. Okay. Last night, we had a bonfire with our friends who bought lots of alcohol. There was wine and vodka, and I got drunk. Being inebriated, I didn't notice he was off, but one of our friends absolutely did and kept asking about it. Husband, you all right? That kind of thing. As far as I'm aware, I didn't black out or anything, and I still remember the night. Everything went really well. It doesn't help that I have a generalized anxiety disorder, and when I'm always waiting for the other shoe to drop with what I did wrong last night to embarrass him. Don't worry, no abuse is happening. It's a me thing. Okay. This morning, he comes to me and explains how much he hates it when I'm drunk. He admitted he doesn't understand why, but he absolutely hates it. Before we got married, it was not like this. I don't think I'm flirty when I'm drinking or do anything over the top. Maybe an inappropriate joke here and there, but that's about it. I don't know. I don't know what to do about this. Obviously, stop drinking, but the straight edge people are awful to be around. TLDR, husband doesn't like it when I drink and gets angry about it. I think he's being unreasonable. We're drinking with our friends in social settings. What's the problem? Okay. This is an interesting one. I actually don't think that, because I thought it was about her husband's drinking, but if it's about her own, I don't think that she's the asshole for not understanding him. I think that it's like when you're the only sober person, being around a bunch of other people who are drinking can be annoying if they're acting weird. But if she says that she doesn't think she did anything inappropriate, fair enough. I think that like if he changed his behavior after they got married, that's not what she signed up for. So I think that they just have to have an open discussion about it. But I don't think she's the asshole for not understanding why he's upset about it. Because if she didn't do anything wrong, if she didn't do anything crazy, she didn't do anything inappropriate, it just seems like he's kind of trying to control her. And that's like, that's a no-no for me. I don't like it. I don't like it. You guys, thank you so much, Patty View. I'm so glad you like the makeup. I love it. I love it. I love it. You guys keep running it up. You said, FYI, you had me buying makeup before. Thank you, babes. Kyra said yes. Okay, but why weren't they having these discussions before they got married? That's my question, Kyra. Like, why weren't they talking about social drinking before they got married? But it seems to me like if they felt like comfortable enough to get married, I'm going to assume that they've been in social situations with friends before where she's been drinking. So I'm just also like, I don't know. It seems a little bit weird. It seems a little controlling to me. I don't like that. But I also, yeah, but I don't think this person is the asshole. I don't think they're the asshole. But I think that the husband's being a little bit unreasonable if she's not doing anything. But also, if you know that your spouse is uncomfortable with being drunk, I feel like you can get buzzed. Like, I feel like there's a difference between getting a buzz and being drunk. So I don't think you should also be just getting drunk if that's like something that you know he's uncomfortable with. You said, we don't know if she did anything inappropriate though. She says that she wasn't blackout drunk. She remembers the night. So she said she remembers the night, and from what she remembers, she didn't do anything inappropriate. She said that she wasn't overly flirty. She wasn't making anyone uncomfortable. She just said that it was obvious that her husband was uncomfortable because people kept asking him, like one of their friends kept asking him if he was okay. And so like, obviously he was not acting okay. They made an agreement for her not to drink. Didn't she say that? Chocolate Venus, they made an agreement for her not to drink around his family because his family doesn't drink at all. So she never said that she wouldn't drink around her family or around their friends. So it seems like the middle ground where it was their friends, which is something that they hadn't discussed. So it was their friends that brought the alcohol and she was drinking and hanging out with their friends. And he seems to have taken issue with that. And he was just like, oh, I just really hate it when you're drunk, which I think is fair enough. But it could also be like, maybe, like, I'm like, I feel like you can have, like, because me, I'm not going to get drunk off, like, 2 drinks. You got 2 drinks, hang out with your friends, be chatty. She says she has a generalized social anxiety disorder. So maybe she's just, like, in large social situations, she feels like she needs that social lubricant, which I think is something that she might want to look into. Because I don't think that's, like, the best way to handle that. But I think that, like, yeah, they should have had more discussions about it. But I don't think she's the asshole for not understanding him. But I do think that, like, they should clarify what their boundaries are so they can have a long and happy relationship. It sounds like her version of social drinking might be a little bit more. That's also fair enough. Did he not have a problem before they jumped the broom? I think that that's why she's bringing this up, is because she said he wasn't like this before they got married. So she said that he hadn't said anything to her about drinking in front of their friends before they got married, which is why I assumed that she had drinks with their friends before. Not right. I love it. But so have we decided, do you guys think that the OP is the asshole, the woman, or do you feel like her husband was the asshole? I personally think that, like, if they never had any discussion about her no longer drinking around their friends, and she never said that she was going to be sober, I do think that he's being an asshole. I don't think that she should be, like, I don't think she should be getting drunk all the time, because that's going to be uncomfortable if you're always a sober person having to take care of someone. But if she wants to have a life with drinking and he wants to have one without it, and that was an understanding before they got married, like, he's kind of being an asshole for changing the rules. My husband doesn't like makeup, and all of a sudden, but I had to remind him I'm a 40-year-old woman. Patty Boo said. Okay, I love it. That is so funny. Not all of a sudden. You said fact, law, exactly. You said he should have said something. I think that they need to have a conversation about it, but I understand why she's surprised. If they've had discussions before in the past, it hasn't been an issue. I definitely understand why she's like, why is this a problem now? I think that's fair. You said, gotta let them old church kisses go. I'm done. The root of the problem may be her social anxiety. I think that's definitely part of it, because she might have overdone it because of her social anxiety. For sure. But I think that there has to be, like, they need to have that open discussion and dialogue. But you guys are so fair. I love it. But I do think that, like, I don't like that her husband's making her feel bad for something that he knew that she did prior to them getting married. So I didn't like that. But they do need to have better communication about it. Okay. So it seems like we feel like they're both assholes. They're both the asshole, the husband and the wife. They're both the problem. Okay. Now we're going to go on to the next story, unless anybody has anything else that they want to say. But the next one is, am I the asshole for questioning my professor? This one's going to be interesting because I am Nigerian. So I do respect my elders and people who have more knowledge on things than me. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they say. It said, I, 23 female, am a college student taking a class that discusses controversial topics in the healthcare field. Interesting. That's probably a really cool class. Maybe he's worried about the anxiety, and he thinks it might become a problem. Petty Boo, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. You said anxiety and drinking can lead down a dark path. That's true. It's true. But I think that, like, that they definitely did have conversations about it. Okay. Every week, we write a reflection to discuss our views on the topic. This week, I was marked down for having incorrect information in my essay and possible plagiarism. The comment my professor left was, did you actually research this, or did you just write what I said? I was shocked and confused by this, so I wrote an email to clarify. Hello, Professor. I hope your weekend is going well. I'm emailing to clarify the comments left on my essay. You asked if I had done any research and marked me down for false information. I did research and found it contradicted the lecture material. I was under the belief that the lecture material was a reliable source that could be used when writing our reflection. Wouldn't it be better to exclude information known to be incorrect from your lecture to prevent future confusion? Thank you for your time and guidance. You know what? This email that she sent was petty AF, but I'm cracking up. He said, wouldn't it be better to exclude incorrect information from your lecture to prevent future confusion? She said, his response was, let me try this out. First, I am sure you did not mean to be unprofessional or angry and mean in your comments to me. I'm sure the hateful tone was accidental. I don't know. Then the challenging tone underneath surely was unintentional, as it was supremely unkind. Well, I don't think it was okay, this professor's doing a lot. When someone behaves this way, at first for me, I expect to find that person to be an expert in medicine. Only one with those credentials would be this forceful. If not an expert, then the writer would be very careless. I do think that the way that they wrote to the professor was inappropriate, but the professor's going in. I really hope this was not your intention to deliver a mean, forceful, insulting email because you misunderstood me entirely. Ooh. My materials are accurate and accessible to the medical community because that is where they are from. So I am sure you did not wish to imply any incompetence on my end. That is she did imply incompetence. Yeah, she was doing a lot with that. Yeah, she was doing a lot with that initial email. So in light of your tone and message today, it seems like you did not understand me when I ask questions / make inquiries. Instead of asking you appear to take the least compassionate interpretation of what I say. I regret that you know so little about me. I regret that you could not ask me what I meant, but send an email as you did. Since I disappoint you so much and your regard for me is so tenuous, I hope you will drop the course because you seem to find me so disagreeable and wrong. I hope you find courses that are better aligned with your way of thinking. Mine is certainly not one of those. I anticipate your drop form and will pass over the email this weekend. I wish you well in all your endeavors. She said, I was shocked and extremely confused by her reaction to my email. I don't feel like it was unprofessional. If it was, certainly didn't mean it to come off as such. I'm not sure what to do now. Am I the asshole? You were definitely the asshole in your email. I'm sorry. Like, did you read that? Because you told the professor that the information that they had in their lecture was incorrect, and that wouldn't it be better for there to not be incorrect and inaccurate information in the lecture? Baby, what you would say, come on. Come on. What did you think that your professor is going to say to you, a student who hasn't had nearly the amount of medical experience of this? What? Oh, this girl was delusional. Delusional. What? Delusional. This was such a petty banter, though. Very entertaining. Lol, she was petty that email that she sent was so petty. Like, I was like, baby, you are the asshole. I might respond to her on Reddit. I was like, girl, you need to go run your emails through ChatGPT so that you don't sound like such an asshole. Like, what? Yep. The professor, so I didn't realize the professor was a woman, so my apologies. But the professor was petty right back, and she had every right to be because, how dare you question my degrees? You ain't even got the one. You ain't even got the one. Exactly. Per my last email. Exactly. He said, get out. Get out as I'm not giving you an A. You're not getting no grade. Mic dropped. He said, somebody send that to Strawberry Letter. No, honestly and truly, I was just like, I'm just not sure why this person didn't understand that their email was so ridiculously rude. Like, this is ridiculously rude. You are definitely the asshole. Like, what? Opie has offered the following explanation to why they think they might be the asshole. I might be the asshole because of my email. I thought it was okay, but my professor took it extremely personally to the point that she said she hopes I'll drop her class. I'm really confused if my email was as bad as the feedback. I don't know if I was wrong as I should do. You said, this is interesting. Someone said, not the asshole, but your professor's had an ego trick. It's been long since I wanted to elbow a stranger in the face. Okay, this person is just mean. Yeah, this person is that I'm sorry, like whoever read that first email, you're not gonna go tell a person who, because if you're a professor, you're gonna have like, you're either gonna have just like your doctorate or you have a PhD. Your professor knows what they're talking about. Like, they can make mistakes. Yes, I'm not saying anyone is infallible, but you to imply that your professor has incorrect information and that you are doing them a favor by leaving out their incorrect information is crazy work to imply in the way that you did. You could say that you found research that contradicted your professor's information, which is why you presented the information the way that you did. I think that's fair. I think that's fine. But you can't, the way that you said that shit is crazy. The way she said that was crazy. And I don't know why she expected any other type of response. Like, that was insane. That was actually insane. You said that was it was really good. Like, who no, like, honestly, failed. The student might be someone who does not have good clearly she doesn't have good social skills. And clearly some of the people on this Reddit don't have good social skills either, because what the fuck? Like, what? What the fuck? No way. Ain't no way. No way. No way. I wish someone could. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Straight to jail. Said, am I the asshole for forgetting it was daylight savings and that's why my kids are gremlins today? Means it is your responsibility. But the clocks do change on your phone automatically. They should like give you a little alarm. But yeah, this was actually really hilarious. But yeah, she was definitely the asshole. I hope somebody tells her. No, everyone's saying not the asshole. Yeah. Yeah, no, this is so funny. Anyways, yeah, the email was wild. I don't care what anybody else says. Like, don't talk to me like that. Talk to me nice or don't talk to me at all. That's the motto. Sorry. You know, I said I wish. I love it. No, 100% the asshole. Like, I don't even know these people in the comments. I can't even read comments anymore. People are dumb. Anyways. Next one is, am I the asshole? Loud neighbors, I am fed up. I have a 1-year-old. Live with my boyfriend in a condo community. Okay. My neighbors like to play electric guitar and yell. That sounds terrible. I've had it so tonight. So I call non-emergency line to make a noise complaint. Okay. My boyfriend thinks I'm going too far. The issue is I work at 6 a.m. and my 1-year-old's room is against the wall where they're making the noise. Also, right now, my 1-year-old is sick and having a hard time sleeping. When I can get her to sleep, I want her to stay asleep. But this is not the first time they've done this and made a bunch of noise. I just know what time of day it is before I really make a decision. They woke her up and they woke her, and I'm up around 5 a.m. a week or so ago being loud like this. Okay. I let it slide then. They've also parked in our parking spots multiple times that we ourselves pay for. They're always banging on the walls and yelling, so maybe I should have called a long time ago. However, I gave them the benefit of the doubt, but when they woke my baby a week ago, I was so done with their crap. This is very badly written. I'm sorry. I was so done with crap, and I said next time I'm calling in. So am I the bad person? I don't think that this person is the asshole because they are waking up her baby, and if she gave them a warning, yeah, call the non-emergency line. Run it up. Run it up, because why are they being so loud? But I need to know what time they're also being loud, because there's also, like, does your condo community have, like, noise times? Like, because I know that there's some places where they're like, oh, you can't make noise up to a certain level after, like, 10 p.m. or after 8 p.m.? Is that a rule that's in the place where you're living? Otherwise, maybe you should reconsider living where you're at if your baby's gonna be woken up. But I don't think you're the asshole if you gave them a warning and you gave them the benefit of the doubt before jumping to calling the cops. Calling the coppers. You said 110% asshole. Not me losing my light. How did that even happen? How did that even happen? Am I losing you for good? Keep that bad boy charged up. But yeah, I don't think they're an asshole. You said Gen Z playing with millennials and Gen X wrong ones. I'm done. Yup, I'm calling 911. Petty Boo said, play with your mama, not me. Play with your mama, not me. And you taking my paid parking spot. No, the paid parking spot stuff, I'm trying to figure out why she hadn't made a complaint to her building. Because even before the cops, I know there's a condo association. Complain, complain, complain. Welcome in, you guys. If you're just joining, hi, I'm Chioma, one of the owners of CC's Closet NYC, and we're reading Am I the Asshole stories from Reddit and chatting. We're having bonnets and bottles, so I hope you have your bottle, hope you have your bonnet, and we're chatting, and we're judging people. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and pop those bad boys in the chat. He said, we had neighbors like that, but we aren't in condos. I feel you. We gave grace for a while, but then they started waking up my grandson, 3 a.m. playing oh no, none of that. None of that. You can't wake the babies. Can't wake the babies. I don't think this person is the asshole. I think their neighbors should have reasonable times to be loud and reasonable times to be quiet. So, I don't think they're the asshole. And also, I feel like giving the warning was super generous, because she gave a warning before she decided to call the cops. So, there we go. All right, this one is another juicy one. It says, am I the asshole for choosing not to attend family events because they're held at inconvenient times for me? Interesting. Let's see. Hello, I, 22 female, am always getting invited to family birthday parties. Our family is small. I work from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. every single day, and I wake up at 12 p.m. every workday and leave by 1:30 p.m. to get to work on time. Okay. I am exhausted after work. I do a lot of physical labor and lifting. When I get home, I need to shower and eat, blow dry my hair, and by the time I get to bed, it's about 2 a.m. Girl, what are you doing? That's for 4 hours? Okay, girl. Anyways, so I'm going to bed near 3 a.m. and I'm tired every day. I have a routine. My family plans birthday parties on the weekends, usually last minute or the week of. They usually plan them to start at 12 p.m. It's convenient to them since they work a 9 to 5 every day. I am tired. I don't have weekends off, so I have to wake up at 10 a.m. to make their parties. I am tired. I cannot run off of 6 to 7 hours of sleep and then go to work and work another 8 hours. Okay. When I decide to prioritize my sleep over the parties, they kind of guilt trip me. I showed up to our latest birthday party only because my cousin was texting me that it wasn't that hard and that I could just wake up at a certain time and just leave at a certain time. Mind you, my cousin is unemployed and hasn't worked in 8 years. Okay. I was very sleepy that day, but showed up. Here's my question. She said all this thing about how she has a small family, but there seem to be a lot of birthday parties. There seem to be a lot of birthday parties, girl. Okay. Tomorrow's my other cousin's birthday party. I texted my aunt that I won't show up because I'm exhausted. She said it was fine, but she said it would mean a lot to my cousin if I showed up and mentioned that our other family member isn't going. I felt guilted, but I'm tired. They don't understand that I'm tired, but my body and brain are fried. And I go to college on top of that. Am I the asshole? My family plans events and guilts me for not wanting to go, even though I work late and a lot and I'm tired. I don't think so. I feel like at the end of the day, like, if you aren't able to do work, it's not like your family's gonna show up and do your job for you. And then if you're not able to do what you need to do for school, it's not like they're gonna come over and take the test for you. So if you don't have the energy to go to all these parties, like these don't even sound like they're milestone parties. This is just like, they just having fun, like just a cousin having a birthday. So I think if you can't make it and you're just like in a time and you're in a space where you just need that time to recuperate, then girl, you don't gotta go. Send some flowers, use your good job money to send a gift. And when you're in a different space in life and you can go, do that. But I don't think, totally not the asshole. Not the asshole at all. All right, let me go ahead and see what you guys are saying. You said family will always guilt trip you. Facts. But you gotta love it. She actually gets 6 to 7 hours of sleep. I haven't gotten that since my son was born. I was like 6 to 7 hours is more normal to me, but every person needs different levels of sleep. There's been scientific studies that have shown that some people just can't operate on less sleep. And she might just be one of those people who needs to get her 8 or 9 every night, or she's not doing it. So, but I don't think she's an asshole. You said that part, I'm done. She's getting more sleep than me on a regular basis, right? But we can't compare our sleep schedules to other people. Because if she's saying she's getting as much sleep as she's getting and she's still that tired, I still don't know what she's doing for 4 hours after work. Because she said she gets off at 10. Seems like her work is like 30 minutes away, so she's getting home by like 10:30. So what is she doing from 10:30 to 2 a.m.? I don't know, but maybe she's watching a show. Because she said she gotta wash her hair, take a shower, eat some food. That just doesn't seem like 4.5 hours of activity for me. It was 3.5 hours of activity, but to each their own. You said she's from one of those families where they expect everyone to come to everything. Yeah, I know. I think that's a bit much. And I think also her being in school too. Like when she told me she was in school, I was like, oh no. Because all that is temporary, right? She's only going to be in school for a couple more years. And it seems like she's working this job and these hours because it's convenient with her school schedule. So if it's only for a couple more years, like they should just let her. I don't think she's an asshole. I think if you don't want to go to something because you're tired, I think being tired is it's a reasonable reason not to go. You said decompression. I feel I decompress in my bed asleep. But I feel that. I feel that. But yeah, so I don't think she's an asshole. I think tell them, set your boundary, let them know that hey, I'm just in a season of my life where I'm not going to be able to be around as much. But when this season is over, I'm happy to be able to be around again. I think that's fine. I think that's fair. So I don't think that she's the asshole, you guys. I don't think so. Whew, oh my gosh, this is a massive paragraph, you guys. Bear with me. Bear with me. Am I the asshole for not reading my best friend's mind? This sounds petty. Are you guys getting a petty vibe? He said, I'm going to keep this as short as possible. They did not keep this short, but okay. Me and my best friend have been friends for years. We've been through a lot together. Lately, things have been weird for whatever reason. Almost 2 years ago, I lost my baby. Oh no. My best friend was supportive. Okay. Literally 2 months later, she was about to go into labor with her now 1.5-year-old. Okay, so they were going to have babies that would have been, oh, that's got to be tough. That's tough. I tried to fight back tears as best I could, but I didn't want her to hear the sadness in my voice. Okay. Still, I was there for her. Okay. Current day, I have 1.5 months left until I deliver. Okay. She's been acting funny towards me the past month, and I think it's because I'm having my moment and she's nowhere to be found. The past month or so, she's been leaving me on red, and I always have her have to text her first without receiving any replies. Okay. The last time we hung out, she pretty much was ranting to me about all of her problems. And I told her that having a baby was the last thing she needed because she told me jokingly that she wanted another one. This is not going to end well. Okay. That same day, she gave me her Doppler. I didn't want it because I didn't want to jinx anything. I tried to leave it at her house, but she picked it up telling me not to forget it. My birthday comes. She didn't even wish me a happy birthday. Oh, that's weird. It's something childish to get upset over, but she's not missed a birthday in the past decade plus we've been friends. Okay. I had to text her on my birthday, and she pretty much was asking for the Doppler back. No, what's a Doppler? No problem. Here's the thing. I refuse to keep driving 35 plus minutes to her house. Her and her husband have their own vehicle, and the one of them should at least make the trip out here to come get it. I've made 20. She proceeds to tell me that she's pregnant, and that's why she wants it back. I just told her, okay, I'll give you the Doppler as soon as I can. That was the end, and still left me on red. Okay, let's be real. Am I supposed to be excited or something? All the craziness she goes through, I'm pretty much the nanny every time I go to her house. Her not even 2-year-old hit a vape and sipped a beer can in front of me. What? I say something about it and it gets blown off. Wait, her child is hitting a vape at 2? Wait, what is going on? This gotta be made up. This doesn't make any sense. You said blown off, whatever, because who am I? October 1st, I sent her my baby shower invitation, didn't respond. I had my baby shower yesterday, and of course she did not show up. She did send me a text a few days ago saying things have been weird between us and she loves me and that if I ever want to hang out to just let her know. I told her everything was perfect and I didn't need anything. Didn't need anything. Got left on red. Okay. I sent her another text, asked how things are going, got left on red again. I'm experiencing the biggest moment of my life. And as my best friend, I feel like she should be here for her like I was. She should be here like I was for her. My life is going absolutely perfect with or without her. It will continue to do so. I do want to know if I'm missing something. Did I do something wrong? Is this more than the Doppler? Am I just falling back and enjoying my peaceful life? This was a really confusing read. But I think two things. I think that she might think that she was more supportive of her friend when her friend was having her baby than she actually was. Which I think is totally okay because of what she went through when she was having her own child. But I think that her interpretation of events and the reality of events might not be congruent. So that's like the first thing. A Doppler is how you can hear the fetal. Okay, thank you for letting me know because I was like, what is a Doppler? You said BFF doesn't know how to deal with a slight change. BFF is a hater. I feel you. You aren't best friends I don't think that they are best friends anymore. A Doppler for listening to a baby's heart. Oh, that's so cute. That is so cute. I love that. Bye-bye, best friend. Bye-bye. Target. Nope, you don't need that in your life. Why is she even asking the questions? Yeah, no, I was like super confused, but I was like, if someone's always constantly leaving you on red, if you feel like if someone's not supporting you, especially when you're pregnant, I feel like that's such a vulnerable time in your life. And if they're not bringing the right vibes, it's okay. Just because someone's always been there doesn't mean that they always have to be there. So if the friendship has run its course, it's run its course. Gotta let it go. But I do tend to leave people on red a lot, but that's because I forget to text back. But if you were to text me again, I would respond. So, because I would notice that I left you on red and I'd feel terrible. So, yeah, I don't think they're best friends anymore. She's gonna have to let that one go. And you said she loves her and she doesn't want to let her friend go, but it seems like she does. She seemed pretty annoyed with her in the what I was reading, and it seemed like she said everything else in my life is perfect. My life is gonna go perfect with or without her. Like, I feel like she's already kind of exited that friendship. She just doesn't want to admit it. But I think she was trying to see if she had done anything to prompt the behavior. And I think that's the question that she's asking. And I do think that, like, I think that when things didn't work out well for her with her first pregnancy, I think that she might not have been as supportive as she thought she was being, which is okay. And I mean, I understand it's a very vulnerable time in your life. He said, but this friend is giving all the cues. Yeah, they need to go. He said, it's hard to let go when you've been friends forever. It's true. 10 years is a long time. 10 years is 10 plus years. A friendship is a really long time. But it seems like this person's already letting her go. Because it's been like 2 years of her not really responding to your texts. Her not really wanting to hang out. You always driving out to see her. Like, that type of one-sided relationship, it's gonna definitely lead to some issues. But I don't think that the person, the OP, is the asshole. I think that the other person is being an asshole. But I also think it's like there's something else going on there that the other person isn't sharing with them. And for me, all relationships require communication. So if you're upset about something, you gotta let them know. You gotta let them know. You said red flags for sure. Red flags all across the board, Chocolate Venus, for sure. Okay, so we have time for 2 more. Let me make sure. Yeah, we got time for a couple more, actually. We're only 40 minutes in. I thought we were already 50 minutes in. Okay. Am I the asshole for leaving the windshield wipers on when it was sprinkling? I don't have a car, so this is very out of context for me, but we're going to go ahead and see. I, 25 female, was driving with my boyfriend, Adrian, of 5 years, 25 male. So they've been together since they were 20. Sheesh. To pick up some snacks for a watch party. When we got out of the grocery store, it was sprinkling very lightly, but noticeably. I started up the car and turned on the windshield wipers. Adrian, in the passenger seat, immediately told me to turn it off, since it would damage the car if the windshield wipers were used on dry glass. I pointed out the droplets, then also mentioned how uncomfortable I was with stuff on the glass. I was in a life-threatening car accident when it was sprinkling, which he knew about. Ooh, the context. Okay. He ignored me and repeated that I could damage the car and continued to insist that I turn them off. I refused. He tried to convince me that it wasn't raining when there was noticeable rain. Not the gaslighting. On the way to the watch party, the rain got heavier, then lighter, and at one point even stopped. Unfortunately, that was when a small rubber part of the left windshield wiper started flapping, which he used to say that I was breaking the car. Later that night, we got into an argument over the issue. He still thinks he was right, and is rephrasing it to sound like it wasn't raining when I insisted change the phrase to intermittent rain, and said that I had developed a bad habit of leaving them on when it wasn't raining. I can't believe he blindsiding the sprinkling. I can't believe he's blindsiding the sprinkling, but most of all, I can't believe he's choosing to be nitpicky over the windshield wipers and never addressed my personal discomfort. That night, I called him immature and not ready for a relationship. However, a part of me wonders if I did the wrong thing with the windshield wipers by turning them on lowest setting when it was only raining lightly. Was I being the immature one? Am I the asshole for turning on the windshield wipers when it was sprinkling? I don't know anything about cars. So I am not the right person because I'm from New York, baby. I don't know nothing about no cars. So I'm not the right person to let her know if that was the wrong or right thing to do with her car. But I think that for him to say that it wasn't raining and it was, is crazy. That's crazy, nasty work. I think the fact that the rubber part on the windshield wiper came off means that she probably was doing the wrong thing. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. These ones are really good, right? Kyra, these are really good. No, she isn't. So she isn't the asshole. So she wasn't wrong to put the sprinklers on, the windshield wipers. Drives how you're comfortable. BF is the asshole. Fair enough, because also, you know what? That is, the driver is always right. The driver is always right. You do want the person who's in the driver's seat to be comfortable, because your life is in their hands. Juju, thank you so much for the heart me, baby. Your life is in their hands. The driver is always right. Not she should run. Chocolate Fina said, get away from that man. But it seems to me like they already broke up, because you said you're not ready for a relationship, sir. You said, but you got to drive how you are comfortable. Fair enough. That's fair enough. I don't drive, so, but I think the drive how you're comfortable is like the best, is definitely the best rule, for sure. Drive how you are comfortable. The windshield wipers probably need to be changed anyway. Kyra said they broke because they need to be changed, not because of nothing she did. You said windshield wipers are $30. My life is worth that. Fair enough. Fair enough. I think like he might have been having an issue with her windshield wiper use for a while now. It seemed like this is something that was festering. And I'm also wondering if they share the car. It seems like it's a shared car. But, yeah. Not A to the men. I love it. But yeah, I don't think she was the asshole for turning them on. But, yeah, I don't like that he was trying to gaslight her. Because it was like, she's like, I can see the rain. I can see the sprinkles. Okay. This one is, I think, is going to be quite a touchy one for all of us. I got my pillowcase. Oh my gosh, yay! Thank you so much, Shot the Hood. I appreciate you, baby. Hi, I can't see your items. We're doing a different kind of live right now. So we're doing our Bonnets and Bottles episode number 2, which means that we are going over, we're reading Am I the Asshole stories and reacting to them. And it's just like just a fun casual live where we can just like hang out a little bit and chat about these different stories. And then I have like the code up here where you can get BB20 for 20% off. You can get 20% off everything on our website. So you just go ahead and hit the link in my bio. You can get 20% off everything on our website. But this live is just us hanging out. We're just hanging out, reading Am I the Asshole stories, and having a good time. But thank you so much for coming in. Harriet came in ready to shop. Chilma, this ethereal sweetness is a troublemaker. You already know. Juju, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? I got the I and the T, baby. Got the I and the T. You're welcome, Harriet. Thank you so much for joining, my love. Okay. So, I think we all decided that the boyfriend was the asshole for trying to gaslight her about her windshield. Trying to gas her about her windshield. Okay. We're going to go ahead and go into the next story. This one says, am I the asshole if I tell my tenants they can't have packages delivered to the house? I need to know where this starts. I have a rental unit in my home, a daylight basement with a separate entrance. I share my mailbox with my tenants, and until recently, I never had issues with the mail or deliveries. About 7 months ago, I rented to a couple in their mid-40s. She's a substitute teacher, out all day, and he's retired, and home during the day. Generally, they're great tenants. Rent is always on time. They're easy to live with. However, she's a shopaholic. Constantly ordering packages. I don't mind occasional deliveries, but the sheer volume has become overwhelming. I frequently order from Amazon and other sites. I have deliveries sent to my garage and notifications set up. I also work from home so I can retrieve the packages quickly if the drivers miss instructions. So far, no issues. I've never had any porch pirates. When the tenants moved in, they went on an extended overseas vacation, saying they'd have a few packages shipped back. I agreed, but soon became inundated with over 20 large boxes, some weighing 30 to 40 pounds. I schlepped them to my garage until they returned. I brushed it off, thinking it was a one-time thing. Then they went on a 2-week cruise. And more packages arrived. Since then, deliveries haven't slowed down. I asked them to set up delivery instructions to the garage and notifications. The same as I did. I made it clear I don't want my porch to become a target for thieves, especially since my house faces the main road. Despite this, packages were still left on my porch. Again, I spoke to her, suggested she rent a mailbox at the nearby local postal store, but she said it was too expensive and inconvenient for her to schedule. Amazon lockers don't work since she orders from other sites. She did agree to have packages sent to her sisters during vacation. But this doesn't address my daily issue. Packages keep coming in a huge PITA. What's a PITA? As I have a ruptured disc in my back, which she's aware. I'm nearly tripped over boxes just opening the door to leave the house. 2 weeks ago, there were 2 huge boxes taking up my whole porch. I swear, I have to fight the urge not to put the damn things off the porch, but I don't want to bust my foot. Lol. I'm usually easygoing, but I'm fed up being the middleman for her shopping sprees. As she jokes, and I feel it's very inconsiderate. I don't want to seem like a nitpicky bitch, especially since I already had to address parking issues when they first moved in. I made it clear when I interviewed them that we need to respect each other's space due to our unique shared living circumstance. Yet they seem oblivious. They're on a month-to-month lease, and I'm considering raising the rent for the extra hassle or banning deliveries entirely. There we go. Am I the asshole, or is my tenant being inconsiderate and rude? First of all, this man is so dramatic. Hi, thank you so much for joining. Mazar, thank you so much for joining. This man is so dramatic, you guys. Okay. I want to know where she's putting all this stuff if she's just renting a basement unit, but okay. So I'm cracking up a little bit. The first thing I want to know, I have more questions. I just have questions. Did the tenant actually change their delivery preferences so that things would be delivered to the garage as instructed? Because if they didn't do that, that's like an easy fix. And he said that, I think the reason why he feels like they didn't do that is because he says that he does it and it's worked for him. So I do feel like that's like a fair enough. I think that the commentary on the sheer volume of packages is just really funny. But I think if it's a month-to-month lease and you feel like the hassle is like invading your space, you could have like there's an additional like $100 delivery convenience fee. And I think that that's fair enough because you're just like, hey, like I'm risking my back because the packages are overflowing on my porch. You don't seem to be able to change the instructions. I don't think that this person is the asshole. I do think that they need to have like a frank conversation because he's like, oh, she knows I have a ruptured disc. She's not thinking about your ruptured disc. You could just be like, hey, you're getting a lot of packages. Your packages are heavy and you're leaving them on the porch and I am not your mailman. Tell them to deliver to your separate entrance or not. Fair enough. That's what I would say. Because, like, you can also leave delivery instructions to go, like, to the side door. Because he said that they have a separate entrance. So there can be an entrance for them to go ahead and get their deliveries. So I don't think this person is the asshole for being annoyed with it. The whole story, I think the cruise is really what set him off, because he was like, they were all 30 to 40 pounds. I also want to know what's in these boxes. I want to know what's in the box. Like, what did she get while she was on this cruise that was 30 to 40 pounds that she had to ship back? Because that's crazy. Okay. Let's go ahead and see this. Choma, this ethereal sweetness is a troublemaker. Yes, it is. Per. You said, yes, you are the asshole. First song comes to mind, Candy, but I taste just like candy. Per. I don't even want to hear them out. No, I heard the whole thing out, and I actually don't think that the landlord's being an asshole. I think that he has legitimate concerns, but I think that he can communicate better. I taste just like candy. I love it. I want to know what was in the boxes. I want to know what's in the boxes too, because why are there so many of them? What is she ordering? And why can't she change the delivery instructions? Because that's what I've had to do. So I was like, I would just change the delivery instructions. But I don't think that he's being an asshole for being annoyed with it. I think that if he has to, like, if he's also like having to do a lot of logistics for her, like, I feel like it's fair to increase the rent. But yeah, this whole thing was so hilarious. I just want to know what's inside the box for sure. All right, you guys, this is gonna be. Oh, let me check what time it is, because we're supposed to do an hour. Yeah, this is gonna be our last one of the night. And this one says, "Am I the asshole if I'd rather not go to watch the football with my boyfriend and instead stroll around the city with him?" Calling it the football is nasty work, but okay. Okay. Hi, community. First time here. 35 female. Last minute plans, and I have asked my boyfriend, 35 male, to go to a concert in Amsterdam a week ago. I was hesitating because next day is a working day and he has a new role and he should be fresh for it. But since I'll drive us there and we come back home the same day, he said yes. We are already late to go to Amsterdam, and here I thought we have enough for maybe 2 hours to enjoy the city, and then we'll go head to the concert. But he just told me that if we can make sure to find a place to watch the football in Amsterdam. To clarify, we always try to accommodate our schedule to his football because he's a fan. I was disappointed and told him no. You check your stuff and then I'll go do my things. So am I the asshole for being upset for not accommodating again to his football? Okay, I think this person's not a native English speaker. This is why I can't be in a couple, man. I don't think that she's the asshole for not wanting to watch football with him, especially after like driving to a new city that you want to explore. I don't know if they made the plans in advance, but I don't think she's the asshole. You said whatever they ordered on vacation. Now I still want to know what's in them vacation boxes. But yeah, I don't think she's the asshole for not wanting to go to a new city just for him to do the same thing that he was doing in their old city, just watching football. Like, definitely not the asshole. But that man is hilarious. Also, Dr. Concert, I love that. I love it. All right, that was our last one of the night, you guys. I'm not seeing you guys think that she was the asshole. I don't think so. Because I'm kind of mad at him for wanting to go to another city. He's just like, I'm just trying to find a bar to watch some football. But he's a real diehard fan. Real diehard fan right there. For sure. He said, nah, she's not the asshole. Yeah, I don't think so. I feel like I want to do one more. Okay, last one. Because I already had it. Oh, this is a long one. But this one also, this is going to be funny because this is petty. What WIBTA? I don't know what that W part means, but am I the asshole for not paying back my boyfriend's friend for tube fare? The tube is London subway. Okay, so it's just public transportation It's gonna be like, I think it's gonna be like 2 pounds, 3 pounds. I remember, I think it might even be like 1 pound. But I haven't been to London in like 10 years, but it's like, it's very cheap. It's not a lot of money. My boyfriend, 21 male, and I, 21 female, are both big fans of Big Brother. We recently got tickets to the live eviction show. What? Okay. When my boyfriend mentioned it to a friend in his class, 19 male, who's also a fan, we helped him get tickets too. We decided to travel together. So my boyfriend and I bought train tickets for all three of us, and the friend agreed to pay us back for his share of the day of travel. When we got to the station, my boyfriend realized his rail card was out of date and needed to buy a new one. So he asked if his friend could pay him back right then so he could cover the rail costs. The friend wasn't going to pay us until he was asked, which felt a little awkward, but he paid. Yeah, that is awkward. Once we got to London, my card stopped working on the tube, and my boyfriend's friend offered to let me use his spare card, which I was really grateful for. I made sure to thank him multiple times, and it worked fine throughout the trip. First time I used it, he scanned it with his phone, and then for every other scan, he gave me a physical card to use it directly. Fast forward to today, he messaged me, asked me when I could pay him back because he'd been charged £22 for the journey, which seemed really high. For context, my boyfriend's journey cost about half of that. Oh, so now I'm trying to make money. We feel kind of weird about paying the full £22 because we think he could have reached, what is this? We feel kind of weird about paying the £22 because we think he should have reached out to TfL first to see if there was an error. We'd be happy to pay what the normal fare would have been, but 22 just seems excessive. He said he can't screenshot his bank to show us the transactions, but it came out in 2 transactions. This friend is funny. This is a funny friend. Adding to this, his birthday's tomorrow, and he invited us out for drinks because his other friends canceled. Oh my God. But honestly, if we pay the £22, we won't be able to afford to go out for drinks. We're on a student budget. We're already a bit frustrated that he's asking us to cover such a high fare when we would have never asked that if the roles were reversed. Well, you can't expect people to behave like you. Am I the asshole for not wanting to pay the full £22 and feeling like this has made us question his behavior? Edit. I think I didn't articulate some things well in the OP original post. Oh, that's what it means. There we go. We paid back the $10.50 the journey cost. It's about being asked to pay double, and for the birthday drinks comment. I'm not a drinker as I cannot afford nights out. I hadn't spoken to the friend until the day we went to London. They told us about their birthday drinks and how everyone they had invited had canceled and then invited us. If we pay the £22, we cannot afford to go out for their birthday. You know what? I think that like if my issue is that like if your boyfriend also had the same trip and his fare was a lot lower, I think it's perfectly reasonable to question the prices. But I don't think that the original poster is the asshole for questioning the prices, especially when you can compare it to what the boyfriend paid. I don't think they're the asshole. Not the asshole, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Also, y'all, that was our last one of the day. Wow. Thank you so much to everyone who joined. I hope that you guys had a good time. These stories are really good. People have so many fun situations. But I think that this one was better than last time. Last time I kind of thought like everyone was an asshole, and this time it seems like most people are just like having trouble communicating. But thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate you guys. This is just a fun little Sunday night thing that we'll be doing. We'll have another one next week. another Bonnets and Bottles next week, where we'll do the same thing again. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and pop them in the chat. Don't forget to bring your bottle and your bonnet next Sunday at 7. What'd you say? This is my first time and it was fun. I'm glad you had fun, Chocolate Phoenix. I appreciate you, baby. Thank you so much for joining. No, we'll be doing it again, and it'll be fun. I'll also have guests as well later. Later we'll have guests. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye, my IG fam.